Don't you wish that there was an ultimate guide to get going in your short-term rental business? Well, wish no more. In this video, we're going to be sharing with you the ultimate guide to getting started with your short-term rental business. So for one, understand that short-term rentals are back like they never left, okay? I'm talking about post-pandemic short-term rentals and post-pandemic Airbnb world. In 2021, there were over 300 million bookings that were created on Airbnb alone. That's just on Airbnb, and that is a 55% increase over the numbers during the pandemic in 2020. And there are over 7 million listings on Airbnb, and they are ran by about 4 million hosts. So understand that this is a business that, for one, anybody can get into. You just have to make sure that you do it the right way, because that is what's going to put you in position to scale this business. And again, we're going to be talking about a lot of other things that you could be doing as you're looking to start this short-term rental business. As I always tell my students, as I tell everybody in my podcasts and these videos, we talk a lot about how short-term rentals can generate at minimum 3x what a long-term rental would do. But again, these are nicely ran short-term rentals can generate 3x more than what a long-term rentals can do. So number one, my recommendation is to start close to home. And honestly, it's one of the questions that I get a lot. Should I start close to home, or should I, go into a different market to start my short-term rental business? Honestly, my recommendation is to start as close to home as possible. For just wanting to test out short-term rentals as a concept, buy your first short-term rental close to home. If the investment is too much, rent out your basement or even just a spare room. This will allow you to easily manage guests, though once the money hits your account, you will want to do more. Because understand, getting into this business can be a little bit daunting depending on how much, how big a unit you're furnishing, how many units you're furnishing. So starting close to home could make the process a whole lot easier. Now, when you start this business, can you be successful starting at a different marketplace? Yes, 1000%. We have tons of students. I know tons of people that start this business at a totally different market that they're in, and they're going crazy with this. So can you start at a marketplace that's different from yours? Yes. But do I recommend that you start close to home? Yes, absolutely. Number two, getting a coach. Setting dynamic prices, boosting SEO, managing bookings, marketing to repeat visitors, and maintaining the property are just a few key components of running a successful short-term rental. There are many nuances to the short-term rental game. Consider getting a coach to start off right. Here's what I like to let people know. Understand that you're going to pay for it regardless. You're either going to pay for it in a school of hard knocks, or you can pay a coach to help you go bigger, better, faster. And it's always a better idea to pay a coach, because now you have the knowledge and allow you to scale your business a whole lot faster. But my recommendation for you when you're looking to bring in a coach to scale, to help you with your business, hire a coach that is in the game, that is in the trenches with you, that is actively scaling their business as well. Hire a coach that is reputable, somebody that has provided an amazing success story for somebody else. So make sure you research these coaches as well. Number three is to hire cheap help. And yes, you can definitely hire help even at the very beginning of your business. And it isn't really cost effective, like a cleaner, right? Because of course the cleaning fee is passed through, your guests pay that. And so there's no reason why you can't bring in a cleaner even at the very beginning of your journey. So actually hiring cheap help is what's going to help you outsource in the very beginning. Because remember, this business can be time intensive, but you can outsource those tasks. And a lot of times you can even when you start your journey, you hire a cleaner, you bring in guest communication software with Hospitable, that'd be my recommendation. You also automate your pricing system with dynamic pricing. We talked about price level. I like to talk about wheelhouse as well. Once you include those three things, you have your cleaner, you automate your pricing, and you automate the guest communication process. That alone is about 70 to 80% of your time saved right there at the very beginning. Okay, so hiring that cheap help, you don't have to have a bunch of units. You can start hiring from the start. Number four is to turn it up a notch. Increase that volume, scale that business. There's a running joke that I have with my students. Whenever they would have a question or they have a complaint about something that they experience, my answer to them would be, well, get more units. Well, TJ, this happened, get more units. Oh, well, TJ, this guest said this and I had to deal with this. get more units. Because honestly, I joke about it. Of course, I address their questions and whatnot. I joke about it because this business definitely gets easier the more that you have. You'll be able to sleep better at night. Trust me when I tell you that. Once you have the basics down, scale up. Economics of scale work in your favor. The more business you do, the more you spread out the overall cost. Okay, so I had a friend, Sean, and he was telling me about how one day he got robbed blind from his unit. I mean, they took everything. The couch, the carpet, the TVs. They even took his pot set. That's how clean they got him. And what's interesting about it, as he was telling me, he told me, he said, man, guess what? I slept like a baby that night. And I'm over here looking at him like, wow, you slept like a baby? He said, yes. And I said, well, how is that you're able to sleep like a baby? And he said, well, I have over 100 doors. He said, one unit not being productive is not going to affect my bottom line at all. And that's right there was when the light bulb went off, and I knew that I need to scale this business, because I realized that this business gets a whole lot easier the more units you have. So number 5 is increasing the margins. And understand, increasing the amount of properties isn't the only way to increase revenue. Consider buying luxury properties and renting them out for family reunions or high-end retreats. A single property can make you tens of thousands per week if done properly. You know, I was speaking at an event in Nashville, and I came across somebody, and he was showing me his listing. I had just got done speaking on stage, and I came down, and he's like, man, I have to show you this listing. He showed me his listing. It was an 18-bedroom property in North Carolina. And what's crazy is that this particular property was bringing in $40,000 a week on one house. It had a pool. It was all decked out. And then what he really blew my mind was when he told me I have 3 of them next to each other. So he has 3 listings, probably bringing in the same amount of income as somebody who has well over 100 plus listings, maybe 200 plus listings. So understand that it's not always about, when it comes to increasing your income, it's not always about increasing the number of listings that you have, because you can have a fewer amount of listings, but still generate a lot more cash flow. Lastly, number 6, building out your team. As you scale your business, you may notice some tasks taking lots of your time. Purchase softwares and hire virtual assistants to take care of these tasks so that you optimize the workflow and your business. Remember, entrepreneurs work on their business, not in it. One of the very important notes when it comes to building your team is to understand that building your team is not just okay, outsourcing this, hiring this. Another very key important component is to know when to actually bring in that piece of technology or the actual team member. So as you scale your business, remember, we are, for one, not going to scale on a broken system. We're going to make sure that our systems are down packed before we scale, but that comes with building out the team. So as you build out your team, you'll be able to scale your business a whole lot easier. So I appreciate you tapping into this video. I hope that this was a blessing to you and you got a lot of value out of this ultimate guide to getting going in your Airbnb business. So if you saw value in this, go ahead and like the video, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and of course, do yourself a favor and tap into the next video.